6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Greetings, superior beings, greetings, supreme being, welcome to Universal Peace Television. So, I am broadcasting live. People can always Skype me, Prologic999. This is the broadcast Execute all Skull and Bones members and Jesuits that have murdered more than one person. With the peace signs on the outer end so you can recognize my broadcasts. I also covered that peace sign, who designed it and stuff like that. Kinda looks like a pie that is split up in 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. 4 letters in the name Jehovah. I thought I heard a girl screaming outside or whatever. I'm picking a pipe. So the idea is about killing Skull and Bones members, which is, you could argue, an insane idea if they control people with synthetic telepathy, especially if they have time travel capability and with directed energy weapon torture. These Jesuits in control of the Mossad and other alphabet agencies such as NSA, MI5, which is supposedly the highest one, the best one. I first have to calm down and sense the energy. So this is a more freestyle broadcast without speech engine. I might turn it on if I feel like it and just do and say what I feel like. So the point is, people cannot execute them, so there are 15 scalar weapon countries and they would have to help to prevent their depopulation, two-state solution, world war. John Kerry of Skull and Bones, I've been talking about this in previous broadcasts. I even made a broadcast with Donald Trump. I can let you hear that thing, the speech engine. Oh wow, 62%. Well, I don't know if the CPU can do that, but it's a test. I'm gonna start virtual DJ now and then see what happens. If computer crashes or whatever, then I'll have to restart. Another grey Cancer chemtrail day in the Netherlands. When I closed the curtain I looked a lot better. Okay, it's now at 81%. Virtual DJ started. So then I can do, I can let you hear President Trump about the two-state solution, world war danger.
Universal peace. Now, this is Donald Trump. Prevent a two-state solution. World by any means necessary. Included in the two-state solution agreement that the allies of Israel and Palestine may not. Universal peace. Now, this is Donald Trump. Prevent a two-state solution. World by any means necessary. Included in the two-state solution agreement that the allies of Israel and Palestine may not intervene if they go to war with each other to prevent a two-state solution. World. Universal peace. Now, keys to you, well, Rick. Thank you for your idea for universal peace. Universal peace. Now, universal peace. Now,
grab him by the pussy.
The government is criminal, okay? George Soros and Margaret Chan are committed of 300 subversive of the club of members. Real John David Wills paid no Philly.
Grab him by the pussy.
Universal peace. Come.
universalpeace.jimdo.com.
Peace, peace, peace. Peace
in your mind, peace on earth, peace at work, peace at home, peace in the world.
It's to try and get people orientated to think peace, like eat for peace, breathe for peace, and dance for peace, and make love for peace, you know. To just have the peace like a mantra going round and round in your head.
Okay, that one I've also uploaded the video. I've covered Donald Trump's connections to the Skull and Bones Society in my previous broadcasts, and the fact that he was at the Jesuit dinner table with Hillary Clinton. And by adding to that two-state solution world war agreement that the allies of Palestine and Israel may not help them if they go to war with each other, a world war would be excluded from the possibilities, it would become impossible. So there is a version of the two-state solution agreement possible that excludes the defeated impera, divide and conquer, two-state solution world war plans of these Jesuits, of John Kerry of Skull and Bones, etc. for their depopulation to 500 million, totalitarian Luciferian global government. I've been thinking about a better title for this broadcast. Previous broadcast about Prince Charles's blood transfusions from children to let him live longer. Also Al Gore, oh whatever. And the point was that if they're gonna kill you all with these directed energy weapons, people have to do something about it, otherwise they're going to die. And prepare with that radiological water filter and storable food, peanut butter and rice. To survive their two-state solution world war is easy, especially if you're not in a big city. Otherwise, after they do the agreement, two-state solution agreement, which I think they are going to have, that Abbas and Macron and Putin are for it basically, and that's the Jesuits' plan to create a two-state solution world war. I've slept pretty long, they were hurting my leg. It's a bit, well, I don't know if it's a bit better now. It's like it's overstretched or whatever. So I urge you all to watch that video on YouTube of the person, the student that got tasered, the "don't taser me bro" guy. So John Kerry tells them to allow the question, but then he's tasered anyway. It's a bit weird video. Perhaps it's this one. So I can review that for you all. You don't have to check the video on YouTube yourself. It's I have to wait again. Ah, here. Student tasered after John Kerry Skull. U0026 Bones. Question: Grand Theft Country America, caught and brought to you by on YouTube, if it's still on there. Anyway, I can turn off the audio and turn on the video.
Were you a member of Skull and Bones from college and Bush? Were you in the same secret society?
That's all right. Let me answer his question.
Excuse me, what are you running for? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is anybody watching this?
That's all right.
Skull and Bones from college and Bush. Were you in the same secret society?
That's all right. Let me. That's all right. 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 That's all right.
George and Margaret are committed of 300 books of research of
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Were you a member of Skull and Bones from college and Bush? Were you in the same secret society?
That's all right. Let me answer his question.
Excuse me, what are you running for? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is anybody watching this? They're arresting me! What have I done? What have I done? Get away from me, man! Get away from me! Get off of me! What did I do? I didn't do anything! Don't tase me, bro! Don't tase me! I can't do anything!
So he got tased for asking John Kerry a strange question about the 2004 presidential election.
A strange question. What's so strange about it is Kerry Skull and Bones. And then if somebody asks something about it, he stays her to death. Or something. It's fucking weird. So these people are, mainstream media is fake, they're all brain controlled, and they're all helping to exterminate themselves. Instead of curing themselves, making a cure against aging and controlling the 23 factors that control aging. And a two-state solution world war will make sure that they won't get it during their lifetime, so it's their own choice. So perhaps I should concentrate more on the NSA, MI5, if they're the only ones listening anyway. So the blood drinking doesn't help other than that it gets rid of your enemies. And perhaps they're controlled by a bunch of Jews that try to make the Goyim and non-Jews look bad. Or whatever. They've sabotaged my mic, so that's why the audio is quite soft probably. So perhaps I should use the speech engine more rather than less. Because you know, I wrote it and the links are on there and it's the most important information. So this video will probably not get any views, so I can say whatever the fuck I want to. Oh yeah, so the subject is killing Skull and Bones members and Jesuits. So perhaps it's wrong of me to think that they're scanning all minds and that it can't be done. But I don't think so. I think that you've also seen that person, Mr. Takis, that tried to drive in on the Dutch royal family, the Bilderbergers. And all these little fucking groups together are less than 1% of the world's global population. Skull and Bones, the Jesuits, Bilderberg, and Freemasons especially. And they're doing all that shit to everybody with their neural network that can monitor and can brain control and torture everybody simultaneously. But then there are too many questions if you believe all that, which I don't. I think it could be true, but it's all theory. Except for directed energy weapon torture, because I've been tortured myself, and that's what I'm trying to stop for others. So talking about this can get you tortured to death, it's obvious. So the question is, what's the most important thing? I think they're torturing me to death anyway with these remotely controlled insects like Neo in the Matrix. They make these movies so people think that these things don't happen in reality, but they do. So it's reverse psychology, sort of, the satanic inversion, the only real people live in Zion, Matrix 1 quote. So the idea is coming up with something better than what I've already read out with the speech engine. But since they're blocking my normal microphones, my mic in, it's an idea to turn on the speech engine. Perhaps just for a little while, till I get a better idea, so that I don't waste your time. So yeah, I'm totally for boycotting Monsanto and for labeling GMO. I'm for banning genetically modified organisms totally until they've tested it for a couple of decades in a controlled environment. And now you may have even got epicide corn that sterilizes everybody, and sterilizing soy. That's their final solution idea, basically, to depopulate Earth. Which I've also covered in my previous broadcast, that final solution idea of Theodor Kaufman, a Jew that wanted to exterminate the German people. And some think that that is the first mention of the final solution in the sense of genocide, that before that the plan was, the final solution was to give the Jews their own country, which they now have, Israel. And more about it in my previous broadcasts. And also 6 Jews that want to depopulate the Earth, you might want to see that. With book quotes and... So it's proven beyond any reasonable doubt that they want to depopulate Earth, and they think it's a great idea if 90% of us would die.
Boycott Monsanto companies. Google for list. Dom your timer. Let's eat. Bon appetit in Japanese. Itadakimasu. Did you know? Windows itself has a keylogger, a program that logs all keys you press including passwords. 5.10.17, 12.24 Trojan deleted. trj/sid.ac:\program data /Microsoft /performance /monitor performance monitor.dll Trojan deleted. trj gdstat.ac:\adcleaner /quarantine /files Trojan deleted. trj/genetic.genc:\program files /common files /noobzo /gin update /sumith32.x The virus or malware installs two icons on the taskbar, Search and Microsoft Edge. Search tries to open the page, http://www%tootsearching.com/?prd equals set_up and s equals h59zbc and bl1 bu, 5 of 20 fa88 fac 41 c4a 195 499 ba 1646043. Edge tries to open the same page. Getting rid of http://www%tootsearching.com_. Microsoft Community Upload VR Experiment Video. A Universal Peace Academy, UPA. Gadet is someone who is actively seeking to make a difference in the world. Zechariah 14 ? Zechariah
Windows
Bible
10 is
prophecy.
great,
All
but one
nations
thing that I really
surround
have a hard
Israel. ? To prevent two-state solution. World War ADD. Allies of Israel and Palestine may not help if they go to war with each other. Ryan M. Maybe Russia wouldn't have hacked the DNC server if their password wasn't password. Is Putin a homophobic Jehovah's Witnesses hater? Become a prepper now. Leslie Silk. The fact that all of these hearings are public tells us this is strictly propaganda. Peter Van Den Ever, NWO. Is losing. NWO timer.
So one idea was about Windows has a keylogger, then where can I read what it has logged? This is an article about how to turn off Windows 10's keylogger. Yes, it still has one, PCWorld.com. So why a backdoor when you can have Windows? Well, because Windows is the fastest OS and most used one, so you can run most software on that. What was the other one? Become a prepper now. Well, you only need a radiological water filter and storable food, though gas mask and iodine pills and a radio and stuff like that is also handy. You really need that radiological water filter if any type of nuclear event, a meltdown, ISIS attack, Mossad or whatever, or Alex Jones claims that they're missing nukes go off, then you need that radiological water filter, but they want to depopulate you, so they're going to claim that that's not true and you don't need it. Oh yeah, and they brain control people with synthetic telepathy. I think this mic is not good enough, so I'm sorry about it. I'll have to work on it, but there are other things that are more important at the moment. So first let's read the rest, because it is more sublimated intelligence what the speech engine is saying. I could also read it to you, but I think the speech engine is clearer, the mic is not good.
NDTV. Buzz Aldrin wants NASA to retire the space station. Here's why: more fake Mars missions planned, of course. ICE announces largest anti-gang crackdown in agency history. Washington Post. 17 hours ago. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. CDC accepts all manner of reported vaccination effects, even symptoms of the Hulk polity. Fact. 19 hours ago. In dry air at 20 degrees Celsius, the speed of sound is 343 meters per second, or a kilometer in 2.91 s. When there is a lightning flash and 8 seconds later the thunder sound is heard, the lightning is 2,744 meters away, 8 times 343 meters. Your torrent client could help hackers hijack your computer. Extremitic.com. Fuck racism and homophobia. Islamophobia does not exist because the 164 jihad verses in the Quran are real. Live chat. Ulrich Kaufman. If the ADD allies of Palestine and Israel may not help if they go to war with each other, the two-state solution cannot lead to a world war. Like Ollie Girl. Trump equals? Incompetent Koch brothers clown puppet, possibly illegal remark. Hunter Legacy 777 ? Plaza God don't miss ... Let the snipers aim be true. 9/11 equals Jesuit job. In the YouTube chat of the video, live. President Donald Trump speech at Liberty University commencement ceremony May 13, 2017. Trump live defend U.S. against people that want a global gov reverse polarization. It as a whole tree of Cancelo oil no blood for cancer oil plus make America great again. Ulrich Kaufman. Let logic rule not dogma. Goebbels. Hitler didn't start indiscriminate bombings. Churchill did. The bombing of Bulgaria was Churchill's idea, and he remained the driving force behind the argument that air raids would provide a quick and relatively cheap way of forcing the country to change sides. Spectator.co.uk. Hitler's OKW Directive No. 2 and Luftwaffe Directive No. 2 prohibited attacks upon enemy naval forces unless the enemy bombed Germany first. Forum.exhistory.com. The Nazis kept meticulous records in the camps, including death certificates for every prisoner that died, and death books summarizing the deaths. The Soviets captured the Auschwitz records but hid them for 45 years. A stone plaque.
So I advise you all to keep a copy of this video, or the ones you find most important, with most evidence on CD-ROM, which is EMP proof. Ideas are just bulletproof, they say, but CD-ROMs are EMP proof.
Was placed at Auschwitz. Stone plaque 4 million. The Auschwitz entrance stating that 4 million had died there. In the early 90s the Russians released the documents, samples, and a summary analysis can be.
And the idea is perhaps one day one of my videos will snowball and get loads of views, and then all videos on my channel will have loads of views, which they are probably preventing with directed energy weapon torture, with synthetic telepathy, and of course Google and YouTube show you certain results. When you search for a video, it also presents videos to you, the ones they want you to see, not the ones they don't want you to see.
Seen here. http://www.hollyoaks101.org/Auschwitz Museum. The data shows that more Roman Catholics died Auschwitz. Stone plaque 1.5 million at Auschwitz than Jews. The old stone plaque stating that 4 million had died was replaced by the plaque shown to the left claiming that 1.5 million had died. The new number was not documented. Based on the documents, the figure should be on the order of, some months are missing, 100,000, remarkably, or not, the 6 million total for Jewish victims of the Holocaust was not affected. The documents captured by the British and US forces, over 60 million documents, have been kept secret to all except the Hollyoaks authorities at Badr al-Sin to this day. Hollyoaks101.org. The Satanic Calendar of TheForbiddenKnowledge.com disappeared. 404, not found. Thanks to cachedpages.com, I can now provide you all with the full Satanic Calendar as it appeared on March 5, 2016. Satanic Calendar http://www.newagefrom.co.za/sat. May 24 Ascension Day, rituals to mock the ascension of Jesus Christ into heaven. June 17 Corpus Christi, feast to mock the body and blood of Jesus Christ. 21 St. John's Eve, feast day with orgies and animal or human sacrifice. The red pill and its opposite, the blue pill, are popular cultural symbols representing the choice between knowledge, freedom, and the sometimes painful truth of reality. Red pill, falsehood, security, and the blissful ignorance of illusion. Blue pill wiki/red_pill_and_blue_pill. Truth and falsehoods are real, but the red and blue pill are fictional. Why not? The red and the green pill. Prescription drugs are a leading killer in the US, and so is misdiagnosis by doctors. Jew propaganda? The neural network came up with, the pesos that way. So you must kill all believers where you find them is allowed as well? Get the balance right. The non-religion of peace, selling Qurans is still allowed, isn't it? Propaganda. 1. Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote a political cause or point of view. 2.
I think that's not allowed. It's an illegal statement. But they've been killing the unbelievers, which they call heretics and whatever. They've tortured 50 million innocent people to death. So they are allowed to write and say, kill all unbelievers. People that say, worship these gods with us, etc. and all that bullshit. Well, whatever, you'd have to, but the point is you have to kill people that deserve to be killed, mass murderers and others, to do justice, and otherwise you're not doing justice, and you're making a timeline that is worse for yourself and others. So basically, if they're not murderers that deserve the death penalty, then it's not a good idea to murder them. And if they're gonna kill you all and they're your enemy, and then it's a good idea, and perhaps then it's kill or be killed if Alex Jones is right.
A committee of cardinals of the Roman Catholic Church responsible for foreign missions, founded in 1622 by Pope Gregory XV. Wiki, propaganda. We're sorry, South Park episodes can only be streamed in the United States. Somebody mentioned George P. Bush in my skull last night. Perhaps somebody made a mistake and I was hearing some high-placed officials. Later I also heard what seemed to be a live broadcast of protesters. The Bush Dynasty of Death, 9/11 New World Order 911no.com. Is it possible the torture with the beam was done by George W. Bush, Skull and Bones, without the knowledge of Adolfo Nicolas, Superior General of the Jesuits, who tortured my teeth out of my mouth and my mother to death with the FIBA array in Poker Flats, Alaska? It seems logical only Adolfo Nicolas in control of the alphabet agencies can be the one responsible. Or are there non-governmental organizations or people with access to synthetic telepathy and through-the-wall radar? Perhaps the person said George W. Bush, not P. Prescott. Government using citizens as guinea pigs and torturing innocents. Rants.com. The torture started under Bush and their neural network can speak any language, usually your local language. It is a global torture system. The two-state solution is no solution. HuffingtonPost.com. Bennett tells Netanyahu to reject two-state solution ahead of Trump's. I-24 News, press release, registration-May 13, 2017. Bennett chides Netanyahu for not rejecting two-state solution. World Israel News 20 hours ago. Russia's Putin backs two-state solution between Israel and Palestine. Daily Saba May 12, 2017. I think a two-state solution world war is not preventable. It's clearly the Jesuits' plan for a global government. Yidith, 9 hours ago.
I think it is preventable with those lines that the allies of Palestine and Israel may not help if they go to war with each other. So that's easy to add to the agreement, but that they want a two-state solution world war to depopulate Earth and rule the world from Jerusalem, to create a global government, the Pope calls it.
Bennett is correct, so the question is, how to get the people's message out.
Oh yeah, and they are Satanists in reality, so that's a satanic inversion, so they pretend that they want world peace, but in reality they have a secret, true, universal war policy. The Jesuits are military order, and because they have a satanic inner core, their leader is what they call the Black Pope in black robe, and not the white Pope. The Pope Francis is Pedro Bergoglio or whatever.
To Trump when we can't trust our PM to speak for us, the message that according to 80% of Israelis Oslo is dead and we want the one-state solution that is annexation/100% sovereignty, with Jerusalem our undivided capital where Trump promised to move the USA embassy to. My worries about Trump's short visit, I worry most about Bibi, only representing himself trying to cling to power, whispering two-state solution nonsense in Trump's ear. I'm confident that Trump will see through Abbas's lies, but will he see through Bibi's lies as well? My proposal: everywhere Trump goes in Israel he should see signs with the same slogans: the people of Israel want one state, sovereignty now, don't sell us out, you promised embassy move and Jordan is Palestine. Keep it simple and the same all throughout Israel. I'd be willing to contribute money to see this done. Crowdfunding anyone? Is there anybody who can take the initiative? An advertising company? A large printing company? 1 million signs and billboards is what we need. Around the King David Hotel, printed on Trump's napkins, all over Masada, yes, even at Yad Vashem. In the hotel, along the streets and roads, in front of the PM's home and Knesset, on t-shirts, on cars and baby strollers and hanging from balconies. Make flags with one of these slogans to hang under the Israeli flag. Remember, everywhere Trump goes he must see the same messages over and over again. This is the only way to get through to him, in my opinion. If you like this idea, please pass it on. We have 1 week to get it done. WorldIsraelNews.com. The previous is just a comment to the article. Bennett chides Netanyahu for not rejecting two-state solution. Trump cannot prevent the two-state solution from being implemented, not even if he wanted to, and because they want a two-state solution world war in totalitarian global government, the Jesuits will attempt to prevent an addendum that prevents a two-state solution world war from being added to the agreement. If the two-state solution would include the allies of Israel and Palestine may not intervene when Israel and Palestine go to war with each other, that would rule out that the agreement leads to world war. So this is why they have been silencing and isolating me. People are at this stage more brain controlled than most, or all of them realize. Russia's Putin backs two-state solution between Israel and Palestine. DailySpa.com. Skull and Bones two-state solution World War III unavoidable. Prep with radiological water filter plus food, two-state solution world war. John Kerry Skull and Bones. Prepare with a radiological water filter and storable food. To prevent a two-state solution world war, include in the agreement the allies of Israel and Palestine may not intervene if they go to war with each other. To prevent WW3, see my YouTube channel, Ulrich Kaufman, for more info. Comment to The Sun article, Global Threat: Could World War III happen in 2017? How threats from Syria, Russia, Iran, North Korea and ISIS are mounting. 30 comments. Jarrett McClimmer was 33 when he set himself on fire. Check all 33 songs on the music page, soundclick.com. Bandit equals 798206. Rosar says, May 14, 2017 at 5 o'clock a.m. 2 or 3 seconds earlier he could have been saved. I read some guy tried kicking the lighter out of his hand and got burned. Was hard to tell. Sometimes people will never try it again if they come that close, then others will. Hats off to the guy that tried to help. Miscopy.com. Macron expected to support two-state solution, says BDS is anti-Semitic. Jerusalem Post. Israel News 19 hours ago. Need for two-state solution in Palestine and Israel has become urgent. German President. Reuters Tuesday, May 9, 2017. Theory: the government has been hijacked by criminals with directed energy weapons and through-the-wall radar. Russia's Jehovah's Witnesses ban backed by flourishing satanic church in Moscow. Newsweek. May 12, 2017. Jehovah's Witnesses are very strongly cultic in both doctrine and behavior, thus fitting both categories of false doctrine and mind control. Cultwatch.com/jw.html. The founders of both faiths, the Mormons and JWs, were of the Illuminati bloodline. Charles Taze Russell, who founded the Watchtower Society, Jehovah's Witnesses, was of the Illuminati Russell bloodline, which also founded the infamous Skull and Bones Society at Yale University. Charles Taze Russell was a Satanist, a pedophile according to his wife, and a friend of the Rothschilds. Indeed, it was the Rothschilds who funded the Jehovah's Witness operation into being, along with other Illuminati bankers, through contributions by organizations like the Rothschild-controlled Mijdrecht. This was proved in a court of law in 1922. One of the key people involved in this was Frank Goldman, who later became president of Mijdrecht. Why would an organization set up, in theory, to help Jewish people and promote the Jewish faith, be funding into existence the Jehovah's Witnesses? I think the name Rothschild answers the question. Russell was also a high-degree Freemason and Knights Templar. He promoted Zionism, another Rothschild creation. C was Hitler Rothschild, on behalf of his friends and backers. HiddenMysteries.org. We have a new weapon, just within the portfolio of our scientists, so to speak, which is so powerful that, if unrestrainedly used, it could wipe out whole life on Earth. It is a fantastic weapon. Khrushchev, to the Presidium, January 1960. Chenir.org/books/verdalens/s75.htm. Psychoenergetics is simply using the scalar interferometers to manipulate and engineer the human psyche. The quantum potential weaponry, possessed by only 3 nations, is supreme, because it uses multiply connected space-time, and does not involve propagation of M energy through space as does the longitudinal M-wave interferometers. NASA won't send astronauts on new rocket's first mission despite Trump's request. Live.com. The New York Times reports that adding astronauts to the mission would have added between $600 and $900 million to the already $24 billion allocated budget, and possible delay it another year. Thank you for your like. I'm doing my best to save us all, the whole human race. E. Williams? New FBI Director, Trump's daughter. Perhaps someone could Skype the president about the two-state solution World War agreement, or whoever can add the addendum. Joseph Fritzl is a Jew. YouTube. Anti-Jewish boycotts. Jewish virtual library tests their voice of God weapon. We have to choose sides, both of them. Left and right will, eventually, unite. Theory. But seriously, there is no left and right. Both "sides" are controlled by the same Jesuits and Masons. It's better to be a lover than a hater. Take action now. So Trump revealed the Mossad? Is that classified now? Bob Knight 33 ? POTUS has the right to share any intel at any time to anyone, nothing illegal. Letting it beam. Who's creamed? Treats. Legally 33 ? Donald Trump is the president. The press needs to shut their big mouth and respect him. Press 1 if you agree. He tried to give 20% of
Yeah, so here we see these centipedes, and this one, the Scutigyromorpha and the Lithobiomorpha, are pseudoparasites. So of these two I'm certain that they enter the human body. That includes the common house centipede, that's this one. And they procreate in your intestine, and they have no cure for centipedes, or it's hidden. Otherwise you would be able to find it in the medicine list. They have one for the millipedes, and they don't have one for centipedes, so that still has to be created. And I think there are millions of people with centipedes in their body. Some of them have also called me, and more about it in my previous broadcast. But you need to do a bug check and to get mesh, because once they enter your body they can also enter your brain. They go in via your nostrils at night when you're sleeping, and they are deadly. That's why people are so horrified by centipedes, because of evolution. So they're extremely dangerous, so don't copy the message that centipedes are harmless. That's bullshit. In reality they are deadly, and not their bites, but because they enter your body and then they scavenge on the inside in your stomach. Sometimes the bites are on the outside, so that's one of the symptoms. And they look like elongated bites, basically. Long bites, not like the bed bugs or other insects. So they scavenge, they walk across your body while biting, and then they drop their poison in there. They see us as their prey. And they are also in horses, cats, dogs, sheep. And this Lithobius forficatus started 370 million years ago, and that's and the common house centipede even longer, has existed even longer, 430 million years ago. The Notostic Morphora. And it could also become a plague, it might already be a plague. And you can check that by checking your feces. The shape of the centipede is in it when your feces are thick enough. If you eat bananas and stuff, then you have thick poop. And then you can see their markings. They also leave transparent or yellow sticky poison that becomes brown if it's in your poop and the poop is thin, etc. And I've tried loads of ways to get rid of these fucking centipedes. And they've shown me they can remotely control them, which may be easier if it has a tiny brain with synthetic telepathy than with humans that can always think of the opposite or the next idea. They have the ability to speak and are self-aware that distinguishes them from the animals. Anyway. So me and my father need help to get these centipedes out of our body. And I give a €150 reward for a cure that can remove these critters from our body. And they're remotely controlled, so they can attack my throat with it. They can give me hiccups when I'm talking, when I start to talk. And they use programming, Pavlovian programming and torture to control people. So they control them mainly with torture, basically. Though that people may be unaware of it, also unaware that they've been hypnotized and tortured.
The U.S. uranium to Russia, Mossadzination. Chat message found in the live stream. President Donald Trump joint statements with President Erdogan May 16, 2017 press conference. Chat Trump supports terrorist Erdogan. Erdogan is a terrorist on Twitter. Turkey's Erdogan, Muslim Brotherhood is ideological, not terrorist. Erdogan tells Merkel to stop saying Islamist terrorism. Daily Mail Online. Aduredans hate Trump. Talk about the genocide of the Armenians. All religions are abominations. Fox News live stream. President Trump latest news today. Possibly illegal chat remarks. Kush attack kill white infants. My cat ransit kill all niggers. Kill all. Debatory ? 30 minutes ago the news was Trump giving US secrets to the Russians. We're not even talking about that now? ! Now it's obstruction. Trump's done. Tom Sawer? Using Jew commie terms like racism and anti-Semitism is the verbal equivalent of digging your own grave before you're shot. Terms like sexism and homophobia aren't words, they're concepts. Daddy's girl knee? Harf and that other pig layover from Obaris? Crapping on America, oh yeah, including the man boy at the podium. All three ought to be disposed of. Raphael C. Jews are the worst scum on earth. We may and should not blame all Jews unless we can prove they are all involved in the depopulation or all do what the voice of God weapon tells them to, which is highly improbable or not. Apollo moon landings are a hoax. See my channel Ulrich Kaufman on YouTube for the evidence that proves it beyond any reasonable doubt, not found in most top 10s. Ulrich Kaufman. Not the whole government is criminal, that's their problem. James Finlaw. Hillary is died? Round up whole secret society members? Ulrich Kaufman. If we would all follow what is written in the chat, we'd all be making love. Fuck. Which deity are you on? LOL. Make America paid again. Cure against aging. Of course. Make America raped again. Make America rate again. No people, it's make America great again. Himp 4. Victory. FBI sitting on evidence proving Seth Rich murdered for posting DNC emails to WikiLeaks. No spin. I see Trump is meeting with world leaders. Why don't the MSM cover that? Good day. Hillary spit in the communion wine in church. Space monkey? No evidence, no impeachment. Free weed for single chicks. I am real. The voice of DoD weapon. Hitler shut down the Rothschild banks, kicked all Freemasons out of the ranks. Eric W. Some call it Goyim Revolution. controlled opposition, flat earther, how Masonic is Mossad, assholes take risks end quote. Adding one line to the two-state solution agreement rules out World War III, global government? What Jews did to Germany in 1930 are doing the same in US now. Brock Darren. 1 month ago 29 views. Anyone thinking about making the government smaller instead of bigger? I'm transparent, it's clear, we are 1, 2, 3, sheep pool. And of course the Jesuits are the wolves. The most stunning thing to note is the Fabian Society's coat of arms seen below, a wolf in sheep's clothing. The Fabian Society is very powerful and it is connected to the latter Tavistock Institute for Human Relations. Both work towards socially engineering the world into the new scientific dictatorship and global mindset. You will notice how the Fabian Society dictate the Queen's purse from the taxpayers. Take a look at their logo and you will see a wolf in sheep's clothing. This shows you that they have a far different and more devious agenda than what they portray to the herd. Study the founders of the Fabian Society and notice their roots into the Society for Psychical Research and the powerful Coefficients Club, which was mastered above the Rothschilds by families such as the Pallavicini, whose roots are in Genoa, and a family who destroyed the Lega Lombarda financial system so the Holy Roman Empire could take control of Italy. If it's Marxist, then it's Fabian Society, my friend, and we are being moved into a Marxist system, as we in Britain know all too well. We are all too aware that Karl Marx was trained by the Jesuit order just as Lenin was. TheUnhivedMind.com. The Loyola shield features a pair of rampant grey wolves flanking each side. St. Ignatius of Loyola was a Spanish priest and theologian, who founded the religious order called the Society of Jesus, Jesuits, and became its first superior general. Psychical. Performed by or pertaining to the mind or spirit, mental, psychic. From 17th c. Quotations, theology, pertaining to the animal nature of man, as opposed to the spirit, from 18th c. Outside the realm of the physical, supernatural, psychic, from 19th c. Stratfor is a joke and so is WikiLeaks for taking it seriously. The corporate research firm has branded itself as a CIA-like global intelligence firm, but only Julian Assange and some overpaying clients are fooled. TheAtlantic.com. Alternative media continues to ignore Alex Jones' Stratfor connections. Fitsinfo.wordpress.com. Stratfor had two Alex Joneses. Alex Jones creating bogus stories to circumvent Stratfor revelations. Alex Jones' Stratfor connection and the murder of Andrew Breitbart. Alex Jones and InfoWars appear to be in damage control, as damning information linking Alex Jones to the Israeli intelligence firm Stratfor is spreading virally around the internet. While Breitbart may have been killed for his upcoming video release of Obama's alleged communist terror connections as put forth by Alex Jones and InfoWars, there is a possibility that he was killed by an Israeli hit team in an attempt to divert attention away from the Alex Jones Stratfor connection. While this may seem absurd, the Alex Jones Stratfor story is now posted on over 3,000 blogs and rising every hour. Louise Mensch claims she has evidence that the founder of Breitbart was murdered by Russian agents. Overwhelming evidence that Alex Jones is a double agent, NLP mind manipulator, and Zionist shill. Reddit.com. To cure a disease you have to take away the cause and not just fight the symptoms. Hope equals just do it. Prayer equals misprogramming. Anything wrong with the idea to make it illegal to wear a mask or face covering at demos? Macron, Nick. The dental torturers could be corrupt or satanic police. Bilderberg. The voice-to-skull messages of the torturer were in Dutch. Satanic murder cults among European royalty, nobility and the Knights Templar. Giles de Race. Vatican. Jesuits. Mafia. Baphomet. Lave. Freemasonry. Mazzini. Pike. Baroness Lalaurie. Roman occult rituals of Lupercalia. Ninth Circle child sacrifice. Prince Philip of England of the Coburg-Saxe Gothic clan, descended from Vlad the Impaler or Dracula of Transylvania. Prince Charles has a stake in Transylvania and lives in Dracula's Transylvania 6 months out of each year, has blood transfusions regularly from young children to make him live longer, like many of the billionaire globalist class. Like Al Gore of the firm Blood and Gore, who skims off the carbon tax scam, keeps raw blood in his refrigerator. The Bohemian Grove is a super ultra elite club, including presidents of the United States, that practice bizarre satanic druid customs during the summer solstice in a grove in the redwood forest above San Francisco, when the sun, Sol, appears to be at its highest point in the sky. One of the Earth's hemispheres is at its maximum tilt towards the sun. It creates the longest daytime of the year. Then the Bohemian Grove emulate the ancient satanic secret cosmic mystery cults of Babylon, Rome, and Greece. The members secretly celebrate and sacrifice to the old gods such as Moloch, Ishtar Cybele, Lilith, Attis, sun gods Mithras, and Apollo, Sol Invictus unconquered sun. Bohemian Grove with the cremation of care ritual where they sacrifice a child, killing it and burning it, they say they pretend to, beneath a 40-feet stone statue of an owl symbolizing Minerva and thus Cybele. The key is that the satanic religion and its recruiting cults of Freemasonry and the Crowleyan sexual ritual Ordo Templi Orientis are fake gangs, created by men as a technique to conquer the world. EnergyEnhancement.org/Satanic Murder Cults European Royalty Nobility Knights Templar Giles de Race Vatican Jesuits Mafia Baphomet Lave Freemasonry Mazzini Bike Baroness Lalaurie Roman Occult Rituals Lupercalian Ninth Circle Child Sacrifice.htm The David Duke Show, The Zionist Deep State Support of ISIS and Destruction of the Western World May 15, 2017 1. 20% of all child deaths in London Borough caused by inbreeding. A new report from the London Borough of Redbridge has revealed almost 1 in 5 of all child deaths in the area since 2008 were down to their parents being close relatives. The council's report found between 2008 and 2016, 19% of child deaths in the borough were caused by infants being born to consanguineous relationships, marriage or otherwise sexual relations between couples who are first cousins or closer. DailyStormer.com. The David Duke Show, The Zionist Deep State Support of ISIS and Destruction of the Western World May 15, 2017 1. While the issue of Clinton's private email server was in the headlines throughout the campaign, the contents of her emails, which were revealed by WikiLeaks and their veracity never denied, are almost never discussed. The emails show that as Secretary of State she knowingly and materially supported the rise of ISIS, WikiLeaks, Jihad Joris, Dutch converts waging jihad in Syria and Iraq. Bellingcat Coma May 17, 2017. In mid-2012, the European intelligence and security community was confronted with a sudden outflow of citizens traveling to Syria, and later to Iraq. Chris Cornell of the band Soundgarden supposedly hung himself like Mike Hutchins of INXS. Macron expected to support two-state solution, says BDS is anti-Semitic. What is BDS? The boycott, divestment, sanctions, BDS, movement works to end international support for Israel's oppression of Palestinians and pressure Israel to comply with international law. What the fucks, news, Satireland. I'm blinded by the daisies in your yard, Loyolo. Ejaculation in every nation. Prince Charles has blood transfusions regularly from young children to make him live longer.
Fascinating. Or not. So single women are welcome. I can see these videos on YouTube of women that eat live insects. And there is a person that died of that also, so it's not a good idea. I'm quite disgusted by it myself, so I don't like to wash it either. But making love with me, I also have condoms, would be safe. I eat my own cum. I've never had centipedes in my sperm, feces or urine. The doctors think that I'm a delusional parasitosis patient, that there are no centipedes in my body, and I had to claim that I think there are no centipedes in my body to get out of there. It's all covered in my previous broadcast, so making love with me would be okay. It wouldn't pose any risk as long as you don't literally sleep with me at night. Of course we have other rooms that are separated, so then if I would have centipedes in my body, which the doctors claim I do not after all the tests, then they cannot crawl at night into your body as well. And it's also questionable if they do that überhaupt. But it reminds me of Boris in Men in Black, basically. It seems to be a character created by the people that are doing this to me. These centipedes can also crawl behind my eye. Sometimes there's a gas pocket behind my eyes, and you can really feel them. They like a moist environment, so they go via the nostrils. And perhaps somebody could tell me if the eyes are connected to the brain, if they can also get into my brain, if they can get into my eyes, into the sinuses. They cannot bite their way into the bloodstream, etc. Though they can scavenge, apparently they cannot get through a pretty thick layer of meat. So yeah, it's really horrible, it's a horror, but you could argue we're all in a horror anyway. If everybody's gonna die, all living things, all living organisms die. There are no eternal living organisms just yet, until they find a way to control the 23 factors that control aging. I hate it, my mic is not working properly. I could check if there's another mic, but I doubt it. So if I'm centipede free, then they give the illusion with the directed energy weapons and there's nothing to worry about. But I think that's impossible. So something must have happened. I can connect the microphone. This one I think is.
Microphone stopped working when connecting another microphone.
universalpeace.jimdo.com